I'm the Director of Research for the Illinois Soybean Association. And joining me today is Jim Nelson, who's the coordinator for the Yield Challenge. We are just giving an update on the Yield Challenge, and now that the season's underway, all the soybeans have been planted, and hopefully the Yield Challenge plots are in. Just today we're going to talk about a few things. Again, the website where you can locate the worksheets to go with the Yield Challenge, how download the second worksheet, some tips for completing the second worksheet, some instructions on plant sampling that we're going to be getting a kit on, and then some due dates as well as the signs we want you to put up in front of the plots. And I'm going to turn the presentation over to Jim to run through the rest of the slides, and then I'll close. Jim?
Yes, and good day. It's to get to the website, we would like to direct you to the Yield Challenge website at Soy Yield Challenge.
Are you there, Jim? Hello? Hello?
I'm not getting it to respond to me, Dan.
Oh.
I see you moving the cursor around, or the pointer around, but I'm not getting it to go to the next slide.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have it on.
Okay, back to home. Director of Research for the Illinois Soybean Association. And joining me today is Jim Nelson, who's the coordinator for Yield Challenge. We're going to give a little update on the Yield Challenge and encourage people to get started on that and going to the downloading the second worksheet.
Okay, already I'm not getting it to move on me. I'm not sure why.
Yes, good day. This is Dan Davidson, Director of the Research for the Illinois Soybean Association. And joining me today is Jim Nelson, who's the coordinator for the Yield Challenge. Today we're going to kind of give an update on the Yield Challenge and cover a few things. Again, where the website is to locate the worksheets, some instructions to download the second worksheet, tips for completing the second worksheet, some plant sampling instructions, some due dates here in the next 30 days, plus the signs we want you to post at the Yield Challenge site. Jim, go ahead and kind of go through the notes.
Yes, hello. First thing we want to do is direct you to the website, which you see posted here. It is at soyyieldchallenge.org. And on that website, if you go to the tabs across the top, you'll find tabs for grower teams and student teams. Either one of those, if you pull down the lines below that, it will give you an opportunity to go to the data reporting, and that's the sheet that you see here in front of you right now. The data reporting is all of our different spreadsheets on it for the different times that we'll report, and you should already have the registration sheet in and should be working on the planning sheet. A number of you I know are still planning, so some of that will not be ready to turn in yet, but we encourage you to turn it in as soon as you're completed with that. Today we're going to talk about the next website, or the next sheet, which is the early season sheet. And the early season sheet can be seen here. Well, first of all, I think I ought to go back and give a little bit of a review of what we're actually on this sheet. Early season is 4th, planting to R2, and it's going to involve the scouting application, timing, some different information like that. There will be tabs at the bottom of the workbook for each one of your team members, and you can put your team members' names on those tabs, so it'll be easy for you to see them. Right now they'll say sheet 1, sheet 2, and so on. If you can replace that with the team member name, that will make it easy for you and us as well to go ahead and pull up an individual sheet for each one of the members. We'd also ask that you rename this workbook, and we already have, I've just jumped ahead here more than I expected to, so I'll try to get back here. Worksheet 2 and ES will remain, but you will be assigned a team number after registration, and we'd like you to put that team number in here and then follow it up with your team name. That'll give us easy identification on that, and it'll also work very well for you. This is what the worksheet looks like, and it'll have several sections on it that will pertain to different things that are going to be happening there, especially information such as weeds and insects and disease. There's also some other places for other notes. So the weed report will be anything from post-emerge, planting time up to R2. Insect report, again, the same time frame, but we'll be looking at scouting information and ratings and applications and all of these categories. And the disease will be divided out into both foliar diseases and then your root and stem diseases. There's also a place for foliar feeding, if that's a treatment that you might be doing, and other places where you can make comments on field and growing conditions. The tissue sampling is a free thing that we're providing, a benefit that we're providing this year, and we're asking that you look at sending us tissues from, this will be the top trifoliate leaves during a very, pretty much when you reach some maturity there in the growth. So we're looking at doing these prior or during R1. So we've got some good tissue to evaluate. And we ask that you do 20 or 25 different leaves of different plants so that we get a composite of what's going on in each one of the plots. And you'll have a separate sample for your normal plot and another sample for your challenge plot, whatever you do differently. And we'd also ask that you put these into a clean paper bag. We're going to supply some of the material you would need in terms of bags and shipping containers to the captains, and they should have everything that you need, but anybody could collect this and put it in a paper bag. We kind of want to air dry those because we don't want to put them in a plastic bag. They're going to mold and become really nasty, and that's not going to give us good samples. So if we can air dry them, put them in a paper bag that breathes a little bit, and ship them into us, and we'll have the captains will be provided a box along with addresses of where to ship that. We're going to send it to a private lab, and we'll try to get your results back that will tell us some things about the nutrients and also maybe give us indications about the things that are going on in that field. Right now we are extending the registration to June 10th. We realize that some people are not even going to have all of their plots in by June 10th, but we ask that you could try to get those registrations to us now. You probably know who your team members are. This helps us get them on the books and to get information back out to them in terms of communications or to the captains. We do ask if you do have planting delays that you still try to send those in to us as quick as you can, because that'll keep us current on our end and keeping this data collected as well. All of these worksheets can be downloaded, as we already talked about, electronically. If you prefer, you can also send them in by fax or by mail. But electronic is going to work probably easiest for most of you. We've been asking if you could send us soil samples, and because of the type of year we've had and because some people are getting kind of registered late here, we understand some of those are not yet done. But again, the sooner we can pull the soil samples, the better. The soil samples are going to be for nutrient evaluation for us to kind of get a handle on our database, but also we'll be doing SCN testing. And I just will warn you again that testing is a very prolonged greenhouse test. We will not get information back for you to use this year, but it will give us something to go on for future years. The planting worksheet, we would like that due by June 10th. Again, if you have delayed planting, get them in as soon as you can after that. And the early season worksheet that we're discussing today, we would like that in by July 10th. And again, the tissue sampling will be based upon growth sample or growth stage, probably at the R1 stage. We also are providing yield challenge signs. This is a perk for, I think, your members to be putting up a sign. They're a nice looking sign. They're 2 foot wide by 4 foot high. We'll ask you to put them on your own post, but we will supply these signs free of charge, and we encourage our captains to send in the team name you would like on the sign, how you would like that to appear as you write it out, and we also have the ability to put on logos and sponsor names that you would want included. We have a list of logos already, or if we don't have your logo for your business that you would like put on there, we can work through and get that for you. These requests should go to myself or to Linda Lee at Illinois, at the NSRL office at Illinois, University of Illinois, and you can see her address there as well. And we will ship the signs back out to the team captains, and then we encourage you to get those distributed and up. That'll be a plus for your business, your sponsor, kind of fun for your team and your members, and a plus for us as well. Here we go with some more contact information. When you complete your pages on the early season worksheet, you can email those in to Linda, or again, here's a fax number that you can use, or you can mail them direct if you prefer to do it that way. Anytime you have questions, I encourage you to email me, and that is at yieldchallenge@ilsoi.org. And we will be sending out another email blast next month, and with instructions on the following worksheet. So that concludes some of the information that we wanted to pass on to you. We encourage you, even if you've had some really tough times here with some weather, don't get discouraged. Don't let your people get discouraged that are on your team, because this data is important. This is the real life things, and people have late plantings every year. We want to find out how our yield challenge practices that you're engaging in will affect all kinds of different situations. So don't lose heart on it. Dan, anything else you'd like to wrap up with?
Yeah, Jim did a good job. Yeah, I just want to encourage all the captains, just try to spend a little time, do a little planning, and get those worksheets filled out as best you can and get them returned to us so we can really understand when the different challenge plots you're planting, what is exactly going on in the field, how those different treatments are benefiting soybeans. So just encourage you to take a little time, work with your team captains, and fill out those sheets. We tried to make it as simple as possible using Excel spreadsheets to get that done. Again, thank you and for participating in the Yield Challenge, and good luck as we go through the